And I'll just list the 7 here quickly, but they were, and this was, I was getting actually from a book, and he has this alliteration here of recover community, meaning recover, having just the idea of hospitality and care for one another. So recover community, restore holiness, revive spiritual gifts, renew confession, reclaim Scripture, reestablish witness, and redefine leadership. And as I read over that list, I thought, those were a lot of, and they are a lot of important areas that to concentrate on. But, I had, until I got my mind thinking about that, I had forgotten about it. I don't know if any of you remember anything about that, but that did take place 2.5 years ago. And so, what have I done? Personally, as well as leading the church in those things. And so this idea of reestablishing a witness, is there a ministry that we have as a church? And I'm not talking about a program or about having a committee. Because within that time, we had a missions committee at that time, but now we have no longer a missions committee. And I was supportive of just for downsizing responsibilities and stuff, as well as the idea that I didn't want to have just that the select few that was on this missions committee would have the responsibility of missions, because I believe it needs to be the whole church's responsibility. But is it? Has that been happening? And so how do we meet needs? And I meant to bring a book along with me, and I wanted to read one page from it. And so I'm just going to have to go by memory, try to rephrase a little bit of what it was saying. And it was specifically talking about reaching out, and it hit me because it was thinking about the situation with Heather, the single lady, trying to make things go. Does she even feel like she can even come and be accepted in our church, as far as like even feel welcome? Yes, we may say with our mouth, yes, you're welcome, but if she's experiencing all this turmoil, splitting up, I don't know how her, maybe unruly children. I've never seen her children, so I'm just going to say that. I'm not, but having this, and she comes and sees just what maybe looks like everything under control. Does she even feel like our church even wants like a Mary Magdalene? Okay, and I'm quoting here from this book that I was reading. Does she feel that welcomeness, that she could even begin to even fit in at all? And so it's something that we have to wrestle with, okay, and be willing to know how to meet these spiritual, emotional needs of people who are hurting. So that's been a burden of my heart, that we would, especially this from last Sunday to this week, as I was thinking about this, of having somehow a ministry, knowing how we can get our focus off of ourselves and focus actually on Christ by serving other people and by reaching them, showing them love. Because so much of our effort, so much of our time is just about me and how can Ron help me, or how can, whatever. We're focusing on how meeting my needs and your needs and things like that, and that's important. I don't want to take that away, but we also need to be focusing on those who are lost as well. I think that's all that I have to say in regards to that. So again, if you want to help in this financial way, if you would, let's turn to Romans chapter 11. And I'd like to read verses 25 to 36.